I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everybody. All right, Mary.
St. Joe Representative report for November. The DeKalb County Economic Development did not have a meeting in November. However, the executive board did make a recommendation for Colin Price as director of the economic development, and note that he had been functioning in it as the interim director until that announcement was made. And then the Quality of Place Project restoration update for the town. I'll be providing a fourth quarter update to all the residents and to the town, like to follow up and keep them informed. The Jefferson Street bank erosion information provided to the board last month. What I'll do, I sent pictures. What I will do is actually lay out how the that restoration on that bank's going to happen.
Okay.
And with cost, because I had mentioned before, utilizing concrete that's piled up around here and I don't want to call it stuff, but the mulch and whatnot that's at the end of the street that everybody, that's
right.
Part of the restoration on that bank.
Okay.
As far as the Blue Hair Ministries and Nate, I did reach out to him and told him that the stakes had been identified and we don't mark them because it never doesn't stay there anyway. But I cautioned him that when they start felling the trees to make sure they fall south or east.
Into it. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. And then on the DeKalb County trails, the name is Auburn Station, and the Trails Committee, that they continue to meet and discuss the land needs. What right now they're looking at approval from the two utilities, NIPSCO and IMN, because of being close proximity to their lines and whatnot. So at that point, that's it.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. And can you read that back, what you were going to put in there? What she's going to put in here?
I'm just pulling up the transcript so that way I could copy the actual conversation, so not yet.
Okay. Well, that was our next thing, with the minutes.
Oh, yeah,
So
skip that for a little bit,
Okay.
because I wanted to be accurate, so I pulled up the transcription recording.
All right. Next is updated business. Update the water project.
So on that, we have the documentation that we need to take care of for the right-of-way over off of Curry Street for the Wise family.
Mm-hmm.
So they have gone over, they have signed the agreement, and Landon sent us all a copy of the agreement. So I need permission to mail them out their payment of $500 for their easement usage. And here is all the documentation for that.
Make that motion. I make that motion.
I second. All in favor? Aye.
So, but if you guys want to review this, I just need it all back, but this is
I knew
everything.
what you were working on, and I wasn't able to get the signature.
Yeah, so I finally got a hold of them. I actually ended up getting a hold of like one of their cousins that I had a phone number for in the system, and just that this is weird, but can you have these people done?
Yeah.
So we got that taken care of. We still have one pending, but that at least gets us that far.
Closer.
Outside of that, the last meeting that Zeb and I had with Landon was just about things that we needed to do before being able to get the loan. And one of those things was, looking to see if there was any lead line replacement that we could incorporate into the project because that gives us additional points on this project itself. I think that was pretty much the main thing. Do you remember?
No, when
anything?
you were saying the lead lines, is that when Cora was looking for the lead on the house?
So, yeah, it would be to the house or ours, which ours are, I believe, are all updated.
Right.
Landon had suggested trying to just like knock on the door and say, hey, could you take a picture of where it comes into your house? That way and if it looked like it was a black pipe, then we would say it could be lead. And that would give us additional points for the state revolving fund to get us that approval
Okay.
rating that we need.
All right. Anything else?
Not on that, no.
All right. And then the update on the Third Street project?
So we have to reapply to the grant. We were passed over on this grant, the community crossing grant. They also have a second pool of money if those funds don't be used or the bidding is not done completely. So we're not completely out of it, but as of right now, we were let known that we just didn't win this round. But they did, in their letter with us, just said, please reapply in spring. So.
Okay, so for the A and Z part of it, you still have for all that they've done,
We've been paying them overtime, yes.
Okay.
So that's completed though.
or? Okay.
So once we, we'll get together again, reapply. Honestly, we probably won't even have to get together. We probably just do a team meeting and I'll just go in and reapply, with all the same statistics because that's not going to change.
Yeah.
But, so we're on hold on that until
Do
we
we
get
need
that.
to get another audit?
Hmm?
Do we need to get another audit?
Not for that, no. So depending on the state revolving fund, they will probably audit us again, but that's fine. So they audited us through April of 2024, which gave us our availability to apply for the state revolving fund. And they may tell us that I need to request another audit. And then they would just do the rest of, they would redo all of 24 and then 25,
Yep.
which,
We'll say it's not a change.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be some.
yeah, I have had a lot of audits, so I make a lot of new friends, it's fine.
All right. The hitching coach is at the park. Have we heard anything?
I have not heard anything.
That'd be Mark Graber.
Yeah.
Mark was the one. I'll see him here today.
Nope, he's not here tonight. See if we can get a hold of him.
I don't have any contact information for him.
He lives at Old Cove Farm. He what? Lives at the Old Cove Farm.
Is he living there or just renovating it? I didn't know.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
That's his property though.
Along with all the brothers and stuff. Okay. Just wanted to keep that on the radar. Hopefully get it ready for the spring. November's banking. We could do this for vouchers, right?
Yeah, you're totally fine. I don't have anything to say. I don't know why I said I'm so sorry.
Okay. Is it the bottom two there? That's one I got an initial.
Okay, that's just your fund report. That one's that one, just, you have to initial that. And then here's your banking for general. Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll have your automatic transfers, your receipts that you need to, just initial for our thing.
Yeah. You see anything in the fund report?
I did not.
Bank zero for the general account. Matches with the fund report and the amount of, let's get it closer to you, Randy. $628,212.99.
January. So that's it.
Yeah, okay. So I make a motion that we accept bank zero, which is general, in the amount of $628,212.99.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we'll go to the water. Did you get the water?
They're on the same paper.
Yeah,
That's why I was lost. It moved.
if I print it when I print the banking right directly after it, it gets
All
it
goes
one.
together?
And if I print it separate, I got a different, it's, that's how it
Okay.
normally, yeah.
Usually a separate blue paper.
I normally make
Yeah,
it pretty
that's-
easy friendly for you guys, I just didn't today.
Appreciate it.
Mhm. All right, so. For the water account, do you see anything
I did not.
stands out?
It was pretty straightforward.
Bank two, which is the water account, matching with the fund report, and we have $225,272.12. I make the motion that we accept the bank statement in the amount of $225,272.12.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll look at the appropriations.
Looks like we didn't use hardly any of the Curry building.
What?
Yeah, we got Curry building expenses, 8,000. That we didn't use a single dollar of it. Was there something that you were planning on doing with
There
that?
should be money in there because I've been reading it, so. Does any of that money go in there?
Yes, but it doesn't show up on our current budget.
Okay, all right.
It would be in
So
your
coming next
receipt.
year.
What he's asking is what were we intending to use that money for? Just in case we were going to do something to the current building.
Yeah, just in case, otherwise it can be pulled out and put into
I
another.
know that, was it earlier this year or was it late last year that we did the electrical?
Yeah,
That was
it's
last
like
year.
$500 some dollars or,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
But
was
maybe
last
we
year.
can use that towards the road. Oh, Nicky bill.
Well, it specifically says
No,
Curry.
it's specifically funds that have been raised and donated to the Curry building.
So
So it
we
needs to be
cannot-
utilized for the Curry building.
Okay. all right. Well, then we better look into that, huh?
Right, the basement, was having the flooding issues before. Did that all get resolved?
We still need to, get the 2 window boxes in. We got the window boxes, we haven't got them in yet.
Looks like we have funding for it though.
Okay. I mean, we can start doing that stuff. That sounds good.
Thank you.
And, I don't think there's really any other, besides the bat situation that we talked about. That's something we need to look into
Yep.
and see how that can go. And I do know that, they were talking about hardware. I don't know if that's something we want to look into or we can look into that. Okay?
Yes, put that on my list. Did that make it into the meeting minutes?
What?
The hardware store?
No, because
No.
that happened after.
Oh, okay.
That was
Well, it didn't
at
happen to me.
So we'll
then.
bring it up now.
Yeah,
Yeah, after that meeting.
I don't know if there's anything to bring up in the meeting. I was just saying it because it came up.
And that was
Yeah.
something they were interested in doing, so.
Yeah.
Need to get Mr. Graver in the group here to see what they think again. We're making that into something to be
I could change.
good in anyway.
Well,
Especially if it's a business. All right, other than that, do you see where we could get, Corey was talking about that plow, I don't know if you saw the picture of them.
I didn't see that message.
Okay.
I didn't know what the deal was with the plow. I mean, I saw the message that you had sent,
The
but
problem is we've always told them to scrape the ground,
Mhm.
okay? When they scrape the ground, they slowly eat away at that plow. So he showed me yesterday that 2 of the bolts on the ends, it's eaten all the way through, and now the main bar is coming off.
Isn't that a sacrificial piece that's supposed to be replaced every few years?
No, because it's,
Every couple of years, yeah.
not the bolts though.
The cutter edge on the plow.
Oh, yes, yes.
It's worn through that edge, and now it's
You,
into where the plow and the cutter edge
Because
bolts.
he's had to weld a crack in it,
Yeah.
which he took a picture of, and then he also had to weld the rocker on.
A couple brackets on it. So I've been baiting the plow.
Yeah, you've been baiting it for a while.
Trying not to put any money into it because a few years ago, I talked about, purchasing a new plow because we were needing
Mhm.
one. And we
So,
may be able to make it through this winter if I can weld it back together and make it work. I talked to Jeff, he said he might have a plow that we can use if this one is really out of commission for this winter until we can get something.
but we also talked that Auburn, and he sent me the form for it, but Auburn has rollers under their plow. Where they're in.
yeah, I think those are the guide rollers that prevent it from digging into
They're
the
just-
gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, he gave me that so we could look at that and see if we want to adopt that as far as
potentially upgrading the plow,
putting those feet on it, so that way it doesn't eat it away anymore.
So what I was explaining to Randy was, Auburn has a lot bigger budget for salt. So if we don't, do it the way we're doing, we're gonna eat through a lot more salt, and the roads are gonna be icy and everything's gonna be packed down. So, I mean, we're,
If we don't go to
it's
them.
catch-22. If we don't do this, we're gonna eat more salt, and we don't have the salt supply to be able to do that. So, if we get a new plow, which we have to, every couple of years, we have to buy a new cutting edge, just to make sure that we're not damaging the actual structure of the plow.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I wonder if Baker's cutting edge replacement for the,
That's a real good idea.
that's, that was where kind of where I was going, not necessarily makers, but just the idea of, were you asking for a replacement plow or were you asking
so
for
right now.
the replacement parts?
So right now, that edge is worn into the plow, and I was assuming, I didn't send out a text message that.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
It's actually worn
To the
up
bolts.
to where the bolts go through.
Yeah.
So the bolts are still tightened, but they're just gonna fall out of the plow because there's no part of the plow to bolt to anymore, so.
Mhm.
It's either we're gonna have to buy a new cutting edge and drill the holes and do that, or get a new plow, which we've been begging for
Right.
quite some time.
I know I talked to, blanking on his name right now, the guy who runs that shop at church last week, and he was saying that he's generally not so busy during this time of year because his other side business is clearing the ditches for the county.
You're talking Baker's over here?
Yeah. Clayton, yep. He might have availability to do those repairs. Do you want to price that out?
We can talk to him. I told Randy that I have a welder, I can, put that together as best I can until we can get something, get something.
Lisa's here.
So does it need, like there's a part that needs replaced on it, or like the whole plow needs replaced, or what's?
Originally we were talking about purchasing a whole new plow.
Because it was cracking in the actual plow area.
Yes,
And did we ever get an amount for that?
we did. That's pretty substantial.
Finding used car. 10,000.
It was the whole 9 yards, and it was gonna be like 10 days. And that was them installing and everything, brand new out the door, but that was lights and everything too, so. But that was a couple years ago, so.
Right, that's probably a little more
That's
now.
not what we did.
Yeah.
But as much work as we've done to the plow, I mean, the repairs that I've made have held. This is just a new one that has occurred.
Yeah.
So is the census of this conversation that he's
So-
gonna try to repair it for right now, and then we're gonna look into?
Yeah, I'd like, you need to hook up 220 in a box?
Yeah, that was gonna be the question, if you guys would allow me to, jump into the box and put a 220 plug in. I can bring my welder down. The only thing I was
That's a
gonna
really
ask,
straightforward thing, yeah.
The only thing I was gonna ask is if you guys just call me some
Sticks.
rods so I
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah, and whatever you need in order to put the 220 in.
Yeah, the wire.
Purchase all that.
which-
Yep.
That won't be
And
much.
that would just be in the garage then?
Yeah. Just
Well, I think we should have a 220 because we had discussed.
What
putting
gauge wire
a
you need for
washer
that?
and dryer
What's
for
that?
the
What gauge wire you
heat.
need for
We never
that?
did anything with that, but we can do 220 for that, wouldn't we?
So, yeah.
I might have some extra in my garage
Probably
Okay.
10,
and donate.
10-3 is probably a couple feet long, but I still just need to buy a box. I have enough wire at home that I made for an extension cord so I can get across my garage, and that's just an extension cord I need, so that'll get me where I need to go.
I definitely have some metal boxes that can be used to do that, but yeah, please do. And
We'll have to see if it'll match up. with
Yeah, it'll be an
my
improvement to the
wire.
garage. Like she said, if we ever get a washer and dryer for all the towels and stuff that we're using, it'll be another shit thing.
Around and around.
I tried to on the fly edit that transcript, so if there's something I need to change, just
No,
write on there and I'll fix it.
not in particular. I'm just reading through it. It being a transcript, it just picked up whatever
I was trying to
order
catch them.
sentences it was. But it's what was generally said, but it's cutting in between different people talking.
Yeah, I figured if there was something that needed changed, because I was trying to do it while listening, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna print this, and let you guys figure that out.
Okay. The next thing, while you're looking that over, a monthly calendar going in the water bill. We had talked about it a little bit at the end of the last meeting.
Yeah.
To where we can get it to where people know when they're having their water or their, trash picked up and their recycle picked up. You know, calendar of what's coming up that month if we're doing anything. I think that'll be, keep the community more involved if we have a whole month in advance. So I will go ahead and set that up to get that ready for her.
So, I would need the next month by the 20th, because I have to print off the bills on the 20th, pull them all and mail them to get them to everybody.
Yeah, that's
So, I mean, just make sure that that deadline's there.
fine. Okay,
If I don't have them, they're not going.
right. But like I said, I just feel that's something that they take it out, maybe they'll start reading whatever we put in with the water because they usually don't, it doesn't seem, but if they hang it up on the, refrigerator or whatever, they can know what's going on for the month. If we have any projects or anything coming up.
Well, and I think too, that'll help us to, be able to plan further ahead and advance our events and let people know and,
And not people can't say they didn't know.
Well, and I would love to, at one of our meetings, just bring, okay, these are the dates that we want to do these things, lay those out and say, this works, this doesn't work, so that way we can just create that calendar. I mean, and if you make it a shared calendar drive, I can go in and print that month when I need it.
That's true.
And then that way you're not having to get it to me every month, we just create it
I
once
can just
and
let
we,
you, or you can look and see it's done or.
yeah, or we can just print it on
And
that date.
That way, if we do it also as a shared, if you have something that you print out, we can put on there, and this weekend, we can get a whole calendar of all of our votes on it.
Yep.
I think that'd be helpful. Extension of the zoning moratorium.
Would you like to read it? Like,
Yes.
That is fixed and updated.
All right, I make a motion that we accept the resolution, dash 2025, whatever this is gonna be. The resolution extending the resolution moratorium on zoning areas outside the town of St. Joe, Indiana. This resolution extends the previous moratorium passed on July 1st, 2025 regarding zoning development and/or permit approvals for areas that are included within the comprehensive plan, future land use plans and the proposed extraterritorial jurisdictions. Also referring to the ETJ on the town of St. Joe, Indiana, and located outside the corporate boundaries for the period of 60 days up through February 22nd, 2026, unless lifted sooner. Said moratorium may be extended by a resolution of the town council. So resolved by the town of St. Joe, Indiana, this, whatever day of the year, 2025.
It's gonna be 1/6 by the time that's said and done, but yeah.
Okay.
You made that motion.
I made a motion and I started.
I'd second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right.
That being said, we actually have a zoning ordinance that's a draft for the ETJ area, including the town. And did you want to cover that?
Yeah, okay. So I created a summary for the entire thing, so that way we could do just first reading, review it, and then do our public notice for 1/6. So, I'll just read the summary. The Town of St. Joe, Indiana, ETJ zoning ordinance summary. Article 1, authority, purpose, and jurisdiction. Authority adopted under Indiana Code IC 36-7-4, local planning and zoning. Purpose, promote public health, safety, and welfare, reduce congestion, ensure light air, and protect from hazards. Jurisdiction, applies to lands within the ETJ boundary. Includes county-appointed members on the Town Plan Commission for ETJ matters. Article 2, zoning districts. So the districts that we will have listed in here are R50, R75, R100, those are all residential. C, commercial. I, industrial. IN, institutional. MU, mixed use. MP, manufactured home park. A, crop. A, stock, agricultural. OP, open spaces, and then overlay HDO, historic. Official ETJ map. The zoning map incorporated as Exhibit A. Article 3, district intents and uses. Residential, R50, R75, and R100, varying lot sizes, allow single-family, duplex, triplex, AUVs, special exceptions for school, civic uses, and childcare. Mixed-use buildings, retail, restaurant, exceptions for drive-throughs and breweries. Manufactured home parks, strict standards for state health codes, which are listed in the whole thing. Commercial neighborhood scale businesses, exception for fueling stations and hotels. Institutional, IN, government, schools, hospitals, exceptions for crematorium and treatment plants. Industrial, I, light manufacturing, warehousing, exception for heavier manufacturing. Agricultural, crop, livestock operations, separation standards for livestock, 1,000 feet, greater than 1,000 feet from sensitive uses. OP, parks, open spaces, floodplain safety standards. HDO, historic preservation overlay, COA requirement for alterations and demolishing. Article 4, dimension standards. Front setback, 40 feet from road center line. Lot sizes, R50 is less than 2,500 square feet. R75 is less than 10,000 square feet. R100 is larger than 10,000 square feet. Side rear setbacks, 5-foot sides, rear 20 to 25 feet, max height 40 feet. Article 7, flood overlay applies to FEMA. I don't know how to say that one, SFHA. Evaluation or floodplain requirement, no floodway encroachments without permits. That one was a tongue twister, sorry.
Is that
I
it?
make,
Yeah, that's,
All right.
so we need to make a motion.
But I'll make a motion. I was just going to say that this is going to get posted on the town website, so that everybody can look at it in preparation for the 6th. The Open meeting.
Yes, and then I have, my legal notice, I just gave you guys a copy. I've already put that into the Star, to be published 10 days prior to that meeting for that public hearing. And then, I just made this, and obviously I can change anything on it. I just put it on a bright paper. So we're gonna need to, I wanna mail out to everybody that's in the ETJ area and the community, and get people to come in and be a part of the zoning board so we can get that established. And that's just how to do it, what it's about, and that way they can review and we can get people that want to be on that zoning board. So hopefully, if everything goes according to plans, we can pass the zoning ordinance on the 6th and create this board for the next meeting, in theory.
So, or we need to make a motion to accept this?
So the first reading?
Yes. I make that motion.
I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
And then is there anything that you guys see that I need to change on this? I just want to
No,
mail these out as soon as possible, get everybody aware and on the same board, and just make sure that I'm good to go, and I'm gonna have to go learn how to do it, so.
Having the outline, I think, is really good, because you're still gonna have questions, of course.
Yes,
But at least they know what questions to be asked.
Do you want to, add the link to where you're gonna post this on the sheet?
yes, I like that
That's
a
a real
lot,
good
that's a
idea.
great idea. So I'll, post the link to the ordinance. But other than that,
Be clear that we're looking for feedback, and we're anticipating responding to feedback.
yes. But
That's why you're saying join the town of St. Joe?
yeah. So, I'll just also post on there, I have the date, so I'll just put on there, the public notice. Actually, why don't I attach my public notice to the back of it? So it's a twofer. And that way they get the public notice information, and if they're interested in joining the zoning board.
Yep.
I would like to get this mailed out as soon as possible to everybody. That way we can have anybody that's interested in being a part of that, be a part of that, and we can get the ball moving.
As I
So,
say, we've been telling people we're going to this, so definitely do.
yeah, we
Yeah,
had
good
to
start
get
to the
this
year.
going so that way I could,
We've been saying since the beginning that we're gonna do that as soon as we have, something
That
to
one
share.
yeah.
Now we have something to share.
Something to go by.
yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, we spent a lot of time looking at the DeKalb County and other neighboring
That
counties.
you guys were working on it.
Yeah.
So,
Neighboring counties, looking at best practices for towns this size in order to get people, whether it be residences or businesses, be attractive to them. And we tried to do what we could to simplify it in such a way that, makes sense for people to move here, right? Whether it be their business or their people.
yeah, it's personal.
Well, and the nice thing too is, with us comparing other towns our own size and DeKalb counties, I mean, we really were able to kind of like make it a little more reader friendly than some of them that we've seen. At least I
I
think
know I've seen
so.
through in history some of the stuff that they put out there. I make a motion we accept the November 18th, 2025 town board meeting minutes.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, so that's done.
Do we need to do anything about approving that public meeting notice and the public notice for the residents who mailed out? Or
No,
we just
those are
need
the
to-
two documents that I just didn't want to forget to talk about them.
Okay,
So so we've already discussed that. So I think as long as you guys are fine with it, the public notice is just,
That's just what you're going to put.
that's what we have to legally put out in the newspaper. But what I'd like to
add it to the
do
mailer.
is add it to the back of the mailer. Obviously, I'll post it on, our window and the post office, but my thinking is that both of these items, we could just post on our website and Facebook and just have them out there. And then, outside of, so those are those two things, and then so that covers all that. And then I do have the letter that I need you to sign to send out about the RV thing.
Okay, yes.
So I just need a signature on that. That's nothing to do with the meeting, I just don't want to
But
forget.
yeah, but I want to bring it up in the meeting.
Go ahead.
It'll be brought up. Yes, at the Riverside Towing, there was an RV there.
Mhm.
It is parked one way, and I informed Ben about it, that somebody you cannot live in an RV a lot. And then they moved it to a different direction. It appears there's still somebody in there, so we're gonna send a letter out to him to let him know. Because there will be a fine if it continues. Okay?
On there, I just, so I didn't have a specific, I mean, we have in one of our ordinances, but not a full ordinance on RV and camper living. But Indiana state guidelines are that unless it's in a campground or it has a waste, so I just listed that in here,
Okay.
that our town ordinance classify campers and RVs as temporary dwellings and do not allow use as permanent residence outside of designated campgrounds, mobile home parks, or
I think ours has 7 days.
Yeah,
I mean,
there,
there's
like, if
one-
somebody were visiting, you could utilize it for 7 days, but
Yes.
that's the only allowance that it has, and it's been way more than 7 days, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I had that signed before I mailed that.
The next thing you have down here is the applicant process for the.
That's pretty
right
much
in
just
here?
this flyer,
Okay,
yeah,
I was gonna say, I know this part's there, but it's also down in here, so.
yeah. And I just put, because it will be much easier, send a letter or email with your name, address, contact information, and,
It'd be really great if they got it in by the 6th. So
yeah,
That way they have something working when we do that second reading,
yeah.
so.
Obviously, we wouldn't be able to create that board on the 6th, but I
Right.
would like to have everything together.
Well,
to
while
give
we're
to
reading it, if those
everyone,
people
so
would
that
show
way-
up or whatever,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Would be
And
great.
We're
then
looking
I
to
will
involve
also
citizens.
contact, so I've been contacted with both the head of Democrat Party and the head of the Republican Party about placing someone on here.
Mhm.
So I'll just shoot them an email with all of this information, so that way whoever wants to do that. And then, we'll have 2 that the DeKalb County Commissioners are gonna have to appoint, so.
Okay.
But I'd like to get as much of that done, because I think if we're in agreement that our goal is hopefully maybe in
No, yeah.
January to have this,
Not have to worry about,
and, not February 22nd.
that would be nice.
I'd like to have it up and moving in tomorrow.
Are there any required steps that we missed? Mr. Roder?
The only thing that I had wondered about was whether you were going to have an ETJ agreement with the county ever updated, something to memorialize that they're recognizing it.
I think we discussed that we read it off the letter previously, that they had recognized it, but when we discussed it previously and with Chris Gallmer, I think you were here for that session as well. He
For the working
indicated that
session.
36-7-4-200 subsection 5B, something like that, that it specifically said that since we had that registered with the county, notarized for our land use plan, future land use plan, that counted specifically as the authority itself. And that was what was brought up when Randy went and talked to the county commissioners. Was that April of this year? And that was the specific section that was brought up at that point in time.
As long as we're going to recognize it, obviously, because that's, obviously you have to have that recognition from them.
Yep. Hamilton and a couple of other cities in the county have that specific authority being recognized. And so for them to not recognize it for us would be very out of
That's
character.
fine.
Now, if we were to
Some
go,
places have agreements.
Yes.
So, and then I'm, whatever it is that's acceptable, it's fine. I mean, obviously, you've got to have your ordinance to establish your zoning district. You're probably going to have to do, when you appoint your members, you're going to probably need to do a resolution or something that points to who those are,
Yes.
okay? But you're not going to know who that is until you can get those appointments filled.
Right.
But yeah, so far, all the steps are in place. You obviously have your public hearing coming up. And so you're gonna send out a copy of what those zoning districts look like, which I'm assuming are gonna be.
That's this one.
Basically, I'm assuming they're going to be, similar to what the county has.
Very similar. There's,
So that
it's,
no one's going to be losing any ability to continue to do what they're doing now, per se. So I think once people see that and have an opportunity to comment, they're going to see that, again, this is just the town's ability to control the adjacent land to them, because if somebody would come and want to develop, put a restaurant in, a gas station in, of course, the town would like to be in control of the zoning rather than having the people up in Auburn in control.
Right.
yes,
And that's really what it is.
Mhm.
It's not about trying to change what people can do on their property.
Exactly.
It's about if it's ever sold or developed, to have that decision-making coming here. So, yeah, I think everything's in place correctly. Hopefully, everybody will see that and.
So now what he was talking about earlier, saying that like Hamilton and stuff, is it something that we would get that, for sure recognition if we.
they already sent us a letter saying that.
Yeah, we already have
Okay, so it's already
recognition,
signed
but
and
if we
everything?
were to ever, like, and I say ever, like way down the line, somebody on the board were ever to want to expand out past, like
Right.
further than what we
But
already.
Butler
previously
literally
did.
just did that.
Yeah,
So if
we
we want
have
to
to
ever,
get a new
if we want to
agreement.
change
Yes.
the area that is within the ETJ, I mean, we change the ETJ area itself, that would put us subject to needing an interlocal agreement.
Yes,
Because that's not what our future land use plan would be.
and that's not what we turned in 2018 said,
Right.
which is why
Right.
Okay.
well.
I didn't
not
know
just
if we had to
why,
go to the
but
county
why we
commissioner
wouldn't
and,
want to.
and make another statement towards, we've got the board set up, we're doing good.
Doesn't sound like, no, once you
Okay.
establish in the board,
Okay.
you don't, although you do have
Two
appointments, I
appointed.
believe, that come from the
Yeah.
county.
Two of them.
So you'll need to notify them and ask them to make those appointments, obviously. That's the only thing that they would be involved in,
Okay.
with regard to that.
And you said you're already doing that.
Yeah, my intention is, now that we have everything and all our ducks in a row, I can reach out to them and just let them know, after the 6th, at that next meeting, we would like to form, or, as long as things go in plan, we would like to establish the authority that's going to be on that zoning
They'll
board.
have to be within the UTJ, they'll have to reside there, so obviously the pool is, not the largest pool that there is out there, but, obviously
It's not a big city.
there's been a lot of people here, so,
Yeah.
maybe somebody who's here or has been here will have an interest in serving on that, because that's how the other jurisdictions, Waterloo and
Mhm.
Auburn and Butler, all have, those appointments are coming from outside of their municipal limits within the ETJ.
Yep. Four, if I'm not mistaken, four of them are, people that are, I'm sorry, three of them are,
Here in town.
people that are either appointed, employed, or elected officials in the town, and then four people are from, are residents of the actual incorporated town.
Correct.
No more than two of them from the same, political party, and then the final two both need to be land owners, and at least one of them needs to be a resident of the ETJ.
Correct. How do you left?
It's on the paper, send Angie an email.
You can drop off a letter or an email, or just with your information to that guy.
Not for me, I'll get asked.
So,
Because when you get it, that's when you're gonna contact the Democrat or Republican.
I'll
let 'em
post
know.
it on, I'll have Carrie post it on Facebook tomorrow.
so the other question I had for you was, when we establish the actual members and appoint them, the bylaws of that, does the town board establish those bylaws,
So
or?
that body will establish the bylaws.
Okay.
Although the town board could present a proposal to them.
All right.
But again, yes, and all the plan commissions and so forth typically have bylaws, you can get some examples if you want. But yes, they would establish bylaws and rules of how they're gonna operate. and they would
Here's
adopt
the
that.
economic development.
And obviously, they're gonna adopt elect a president and a secretary, and they're gonna take minutes, and, you know, these meetings are gonna be held just like this, and they're gonna have to have a set date. Typically, they would typically meet regardless, you know, you guys meet on Tuesday, first and third Tuesday, they can meet the fourth Tuesday, they can, you know, whatever that may be, you gotta establish how you wanna see that happen. And so I think the town board can certainly provide recommendations, but ultimately, that body has to, at their first meeting, elect the president, elect the officers, and then establish bylaws, establish the rules, establish when the meetings are gonna take place.
Yep.
And obviously, you know, have minutes drafted, which could be, you know, challenging. You don't have a staff member per se, unless Angie or somebody's on it, that there's an employee of the town that might have time to do it. But, you know, somebody will have to take minutes.
Yep.
Of what happens at those meetings. And everything else applies, recording, the meetings and things, all the other rules that are for public meetings apply.
Okay, I think we're prepared
Yeah,
to
I mean, you
undertake
guys
that.
are, I mean, it's obviously a really positive step to get the zoning in place,
Yep.
obviously.
It's a big step for a small
Yeah,
town.
big step, and the rest of it should fall in place.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I think everything's being done correctly.
Thank you.
All right,
I thought of something while you guys were talking, but I lost it, but I'm gonna come back up with it, I swear.
okay. Looking the other day, it looks like there's a few Amish people that want to frequent the new restaurant. And so they were asking, about a hitching post. Like,
Last one I built up on Omaha, so.
oh, I know, that's what I was asking. He just was asking, he had some ideas, I said, bring them up here.
You got a proposal for putting up a hitching
Yeah, I
post?
got a.
Sounds
got
awesome.
A couple, different ideas, like Randy said, for those who have been at the restaurant, thank you guys, for the support. The Amish, they've been actually dropping off their wives, going down to the hitching post at the other one, walking back.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what I would like to propose is, this is your guys' building right here,
The Curry Building?
the Curry Building. You guys have the dumpster back there. I have a
Okay.
little spot over here on my lot. This is my little lot coming up here.
The driver.
Put a hitching post in my spot here with the waste bucket. But at the same time, because St. Joe is expanding, we are trying to bring in outsiders. If we don't keep working with our outside community, then we're not gonna grow internally. So I'm really thinking that the behind the town Curry Building, because then they will also potentially rent the front end of it,
No.
for parties, but putting a double, hitching post right at where you guys have the ramp that goes up.
Yeah.
Just kind of parallel with that ramp. It allows,
Niches.
from the alley, from the edge of the alley to the front of the hitching post, approximately, 39 feet. And then from the road, from the center of the road to the hitching post, also 39 feet. So
being
the
out of the
area, yeah, they would have plenty of backup room. There's the community dumpster. They're plenty far away from that. Most of these horses are trained to be around vehicles. So the railroad tracks will not be a concern. I've talked to several of them. I'm just asking your guys' permission. I've already talked to Corey about the water lines. He says he has no water lines running back there. I'll call 811. I have a couple Amish that are willing to put them in. It's not the same gravers there. My son actually works for a couple of the Amish that want to come. And they said we won't come unless we can tie up our horses because they don't pay drivers.
That's fair.
So I'm asking you guys for maybe a double hitching post right there at behind the Curry Building with the expansion out. And I also, if you guys are okay with it, I purchased some gravel at the benefit thing for the fire department at the auction there. I would even be willing to use that to put down for them to keep that from getting muddy. And then at the same time, the Amish, if you tell them clean up your mess or this is gone, they'll clean up their mess.
Question for you, about how many buggies do you generally, are you anticipating?
When they come up, I know when Mike and them come up, there'll be 3, he said. So that would be, I was looking at the back, you could bring 2 in this way and then 1 could tie off there. And then you could even have the second one up there in our drive, but we just don't have the area up in the front. I don't know that the state would want any, you can put hitching posts on the state
I would think the
road.
back is probably a better spot, but
That's-
safer for the animals as well.
That's my whole
So-
thought process too.
So we discussed earlier that we have, I think, $8,000 in the Curry building budget.
I don't
and-
need any of that. I'm not
Well,
asking for any of that.
No, that's fine, that's fine. What I was getting at is with your drawing, you listen, there's a fair amount of space behind the Curry building.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I know, I don't know if Meyer still has it. We've been to Meyer on Meyer Drive,
Mhm.
where they've got the enclosed, well, not fully enclosed, but
Oh, the dome over?
yeah, the dome over it.
Well, Jeff Powell actually has access to those over things, so we could
Okay.
check with him and see if they have some over things that we could put there and they could be out of weather. But I don't know if it's that bad of weather, if they're gonna come up to their, what,
I don't know, they
There's
seem
a-
to come out a lot.
Well,
they're in every weather.
I'm just saying that,
If it could fit, why
We
not?
could take a look.
yeah, that's what I'd like to
Yeah.
review and go back to the, behind the building, maybe do some measurements and figure out.
Yeah,
what
because
you-
there's that
where the best place
concrete
is.
back there that, it's a step, you have the concrete, then you have the drive up, and then the concrete to the building. So it'd be from that concrete out to the dumpster area. And I believe that is, I just pasted off today, and it was, approximately roughly 14 feet.
Yeah.
So
And then
it's
you
a,
get a copy of your plan. I'll just copy it,
Yeah.
like, you don't have to rip it out.
no,
I'll
it's
just
fine.
copy it
It's,
out. Okay.
it's perforated.
It's
for
got-
you.
it's perfect.
Oh, that, I didn't realize. I thought you were pulling out of like a thing and I'm like, okay, I'll just make a copy of it and give it back to you. so you can-
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, that's a central part of downtown here.
Yeah.
And having a spot for them, not just benefit, doesn't just benefit your business.
Well, no,
It's
it's
other businesses across the street.
because,
Yeah.
well, I
Yeah.
know that we're getting a lot of people that are, we're sending over to Mary's. I'm sure she's had, influx there of,
Business and all.
and actually with the Jingles All the Way, it's, they're sending people this direction. So it's kind of working out completely all the way around, to benefit everybody. Mary, have you noticed, have you had people come
I
over?
have had people, I've had wonderful conversations. I was able to do a feel good for me in assisting some folks.
Yep.
It-
Yeah, so it's been very good for the whole community. Randy was up there and got to hear some people that even said, we didn't even know there was a St. Joe, Indiana.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
been
good, that's good.
kinda good, so.
The only thing, I need to ask you is, we went through a lot of stuff in order to have a light on the front of the place. Are we getting,
Are you
It's
worried about the sign?
It's coming. I'm actually gonna email them this evening, so Matt will respond to me tomorrow morning, because he told me a week and a half to 2 weeks, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, so.
because I don't think this town has had a neon sign in called one.
Well, it's the Arrow one. They actually wanted me to get one that said, diner, like it was
Yeah.
originally, was just a diner.
That'd be nice.
Okay, so,
So,
you need to make a motion that you can,
I don't
Do that
know
in
if are we making a motion to install that right this moment?
I would love to get them at least get started installed, and we can put them over things at any point, because those are built over like Jeff Powell's, and they're staked down in the ground with
So what's your plan with removing all the waste?
the waste. they're gonna take care of that
They
themselves.
take their own.
Yeah, they
They
take
have
their
a
own.
bucket.
Yeah, they'll have,
They're not gonna put it in the dumpster, they're gonna take it with them.
they're gonna have to take it with them because the dumpster's not for that type of waste. So, yeah, that'll be one thing that I'll let them, that's one thing I talked to them already about, and they said, you set forth the rules, we'll follow the rules, so.
So we just need to like put up a sign or something,
Yeah.
take it with you.
Take your own waste, you can, here's a bucket, here's a, we have liners, put the liner, like a dog park. Take your liner, throw it in, they have the big thick trash bags, that's what they're there for.
Okay.
You can get, actually grants from the state because you're accommodating the Amish religion in your community, and you can get things like that, like dog parks, so.
All right. Well, I'll make a motion that we accept him to build. You say it's a 2?
The one in my area, and then the double one over on the other side.
Okay, so
I
like
would
we
hold
double.
off on the double one. I'd like to do a little bit of a site survey and figure out exactly where we want to put it.
Okay.
How we want to put it.
All right.
But I don't want to inhibit you from going ahead and making that happen as soon as possible. So what type of motion would you like to make?
As soon as we put spots on the ground, would that, I mean, as far as we look at it, see where we want it, and then we,
Yeah, because
Yeah,
as
make
long
it-
as you're approving putting it on our property, if Deb or Randy, whoever's going to do it, wants to go over, do a site survey, dig quarry and
Yeah.
mark it with the spray painter,
That's what
then
it-
let him go. That way, it's not a 2-week thing, it's a,
so I make a motion that, they're able,
Were you requesting to be like right on the property line or somewhere thereabouts?
On
No,
mine,
I
on
couldn't-
mine, no. On mine, I'm 2 feet off,
I
I'm 2
wasn't-
feet off
he's
my neighbors.
right
center of the fence there,
Yeah.
there's a restaurant.
Oh, so you're a single inch. All right.
That's where he's at. Back here, see, this is the dumpster.
All right.
This is the hitching post that he's wanting.
All right. Can we
So-
approve his and then make that motion to approve this one at the next meeting? Which is in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
But I'd like to
Okay.
approve his today, though.
Okay.
The one that's on his property. I'd
All
like to-
right.
Well, I make a motion that we approve his hitching post, 2 feet off the property line.
Yep. I got two 2 feet areas because he has the L there, so I've already, Larry has the
Okay.
cut in on me.
All right, so I make a motion that we accept it as long as he's, in the specifications of being 2 foot.
Well, I have
long.
a question with that as well. Your building goes all the way to the property line, right?
No.
Oh, I thought it was old enough that it might have.
No, it has an opening, in fact, they have picnic tables that used to set out
Yeah, I
there.
didn't fit a snow plow cut down, plow cut down.
you're thinking of the wrong side of the building.
Oh,
We have
okay.
a shared wall with.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, there
But
is a
like,
shared driveway.
there's, the walls butt right up to each other.
Yeah, we have
The
about
group.
a 4 inch between,
Yeah.
our
Okay.
building and your building. Both sides are finished, so the
So somebody squeezed in there and painted it?
they're smooth.
Something.
They did it from the inside or something, yeah.
We're thinking they did it as they built it up.
Well,
They did, you know, the finish.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking that on this side, I don't, if it's not inhibiting anything else, I don't see any reason why that post, it's not like it's a giant privacy wall. You can put that as close to the property line as he wants, in my opinion. But is there something else over
Are
there?
you
that-
concreting it in?
I want to put a 3 foot footer and just pour some quick.
See, that's usually our
The Amish make
stipulation.
fun of you, you
Anything
know.
that's
Concrete?
concreted permanent.
Hold a horse
You
pull it
should
right
have
out.
that.
Yeah, well, I was, my only thought was that give them an extra couple of feet. Don't put it 2 feet in, put it on the
Only
line.
give them.
Yeah.
wiggle room, Yeah.
Yeah,
So on that, since the town owns the property, if we
Not
would,
on this.
no, we're talking about the other.
oh, on the other
his
We're talking
side,
about building.
Yeah, we're talking about his.
forget it, yeah, it's
I-
every 2 feet.
I think,
Sorry.
Because in the ordinance, it's.
I was gonna say, if it was on our side, we could just agree that it
Yeah,
would
we
go
could.
on the property line.
Would it be almost like a dog, tie down? So if people have a dog tied down in their yard, it's 2 feet off the property line?
no, I mean, it's,
No. Are you
the
screwing it
ordinance.
into the ground?
The corkscrew ones?
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
the ordinance, if I'm not mistaken, around the 2 feet is specifically to fences and buildings.
Any
Not,
permanent
No, any-
structure.
right.
I would
Permanent
rather
is-
have,
is
I would
concrete.
rather have the 2 feet so they
Okay.
can get in front and tie.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
All right, well, if you're happy with the 2 feet, then.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you have to be able to get in front of it and tie it because if it's
One
right on it,
Okay.
they can't get there to.
if-
Okay.
If you'd like to make that motion.
Well, then I'll make the motion that they are able to put a
That you approve the hitching
Approve
post on their
the
property.
single hitching post on their property, as long as it,
As pictured.
as pictured, as long as it abides by our ordinance.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we'll know the 6th about the.
Yes.
Yeah, we're,
In fact,
we'll try to get that done this week.
I'll get a good drawing.
And
You can
potentially-
get that Mark, while Mike and them come out.
Yep.
If it's just, yeah, we're gonna do that, we'll,
Yeah.
then I can have them go ahead and.
Do you know when Mark's coming out?
Huh?
Do you know when Mark's coming out?
I told Mike, I told him I would let him know as soon as I got done with this, so
Okay.
it's up to them, I don't know their work schedule, but it's one of the Ikers.
Okay.
No. So they'll get on.
Did,
I'd like to put
Yeah,
an
we'll look at it
actual
and see.
structure there. That's the reason why I was a little hesitant on approving that one in that
I don't know if you've been
Spend it.
there, but it's got a concrete pad.
concrete pad there that could potentially be used to extend that
No, because
structure.
then it goes down.
no, it's angled,
It's
angled concrete pad. It's like a garage drive-in that has a
Oh, I know what you're
pitch
talking
to it.
All right,
So
let's
we'll have to look at it and see.
let's make some time this week to go look and make that happen.
We might even do a video chat, and I'll just go back there and show you.
Thanks.
Or
You
it
can set
could be
your
like
house
me,
and set that.
that's like what I do with him. Like, are you coming here or am I going there?
All right.
Pick him up and bring him over. You're not
Okay,
leaving- You're not leaving in between now and then.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
yep,
you.
I'm not planning on.
have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay, the thing that I remembered,
all right.
that I didn't want to forget. Now I gotta find where I wrote it. But anyway, so, I believe we have gentlemen here that are interested in putting houses out on County Road 60. I've talked to, Scott. I was sitting here thinking, I really hope I remember your name right. I've talked to Scott twice, and then the last time, when Zeb and I were working yesterday on all the edits to the ordinance, we talked to him and discussed kind of what he's looking like doing. So on the other side of and we explained the moratorium and what we have going on, which is why they're here.
By Crows?
No,
No. This is
60.
5860 County Road 60.
Oh,
on the other
Uh,
side of the
so-
property that Zeb owns.
Yeah,
Right across the street from the St. Joe gun.
yeah.
okay, okay.
Is it Ruben, right?
I'll just let them, I
You're fine, go
Okay.
ahead.
was gonna say,
So how many lots are there now?
Right now it's roughly 6 acres and he was anticipating around 11 lots. And those would be similar size to the in-town lots.
Make it all half-acre lots.
Okay,
And I think what they were requesting is some sort of, water line be ran out there and sewer. Obviously, we're not the sewer folks.
yeah, we can't do anything about that, but.
Yeah,
But,
we need to learn what we can do to get help on the water and sewer side.
Yeah,
What
so.
we're looking to do with Randy is dividing that into half-acre lots and then building like 1,400 square foot ranch duplexes on each half-acre lot, which would then allow you like 24 residents.
So it'd be 24 water
Subscribers,
subscribers.
which would pay back the water line cost.
well,
Fair.
see, and
To
that's what I would kind of want to tell the people that are outside of our town limits.
Mhm.
We're spending $750,000 on our water. We'd like them to be a part of our town.
That's a remonstrance agreement.
I'm
We're very familiar with that.
just saying.
So on that
You know
though,
where I'm at, but I won't say that naughty word.
with us, wanting to long-term wise, obviously expand, which not right now, but I mean, having more people that want to be subscribers to us is beneficial.
Oh, yeah, it is.
100%. Also, what that's gonna do is for the diner and the businesses,
Mhm.
more
Bring
people
more
that are
people.
going to be here.
Yep.
It's gonna be more subscribers water-wise. I mean, I don't own property next to it, but, I can't see any downfall
No.
town-wise from it.
No.
And I think that right now,
We
our
would have to
water
get,
line
we'd have to
stuff,
get the cost on it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, do that.
we'd have to have the engineering and
Today
everything
and
done
do
on that.
right.
And by no means can we do that right now. We're in a moratorium.
Right.
We can't just
But in addition to that, I think whenever we finish getting this moratorium finished, hopefully next month, with the planning and zoning and everything, then we'll need to have that as one of our first orders of business, because it sounds like it'd be subdividing the existing lot. Right now, is six subdivisions in there of about an acre each?
6 acres.
Okay, is it just one large 6 acre lot? All right. Yeah, so the subdividing process, it doesn't go through us, it goes through the zoning board, which would be getting established, which is a process in and of itself, at least how the county does it. They got to do a mailer out to all the neighbors and stuff like that. Just as being, their primary neighbor on like three sides, I'm saying I'm totally in favor of this. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Have you guys been to the sewage board and said anything yet, or?
We have not yet.
Okay, because I think they would be.
Yep. I think the only issue, they would be very much in favor for having 24 more subscribers. That would.
Our first step was with Angela.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's sewer at the so they're down there.
Yeah, and,
There's still at the gun club?
yeah, there's sewer in the club, and we have water up to,
It's the corner of
T.
60 and Hard.
yeah,
Okay.
so like,
I thought the sewer ended at 5960, County Road 60, which is the property I've
I
been
just asked
improving.
Harry the other day,
Okay.
said they had.
So hold on,
It's all right there, reach for us, isn't it, Corey? I mean, it's.
I don't know if it's downhill.
I think it's just across the street.
Yeah.
The sewer runs on the south side of 60, you can see the manhole right there.
Yeah, the
Actually
manhole.
runs on the back side of the houses down Hart Street, and it comes up and then runs down that field. My water, that runs on the north side of 60 and T's, and runs just the back side of the sidewalk heading towards the school.
So you're saying we have a small water line that goes all the way to Badman's?
Yeah.
Badman's on
Yeah.
there. Yeah. That's the last one that's on city water.
Badman's is on our water line.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, we
Sewer
were on
and water
the,
run right down the dead, right?
we were
Yeah,
on the south side. but we're not
there's
on the
a
south
sewer manhole right in my front yard over there. But I thought that was the end of the line for the sewer.
It goes
It
across
comes
the
up-
street.
it comes
Goes across, okay,
It crosses the street and then runs up.
okay. I didn't know that. We're not the sewer board.
So we'd have. to
No
go
expectation of
under
me
60.
knowing that.
What's that?
We'd have to go under 60 with our line and go to
Oh,
Highway.
yeah, you'd have to, I mean, the people that I think you bought from,
Mm-hmm.
they were trying to talk about get our water over there.
No, I've got a
Adam
well there.
Mohart?
It's been a well.
Before you, he was trying, when he was gonna build a house over there, they were talking
Yeah.
about putting water over there, and then eventually didn't.
Does,
It was somebody
Mohart
that was
still-
going, wanting to
Mohart, is he
purchase
still your
it.
neighbor?
It wasn't who he purchased it.
No,
Oh,
it was,
Joel was.
I have no idea
I don't
Talking about
remember
the
his
house
name, I
that's,
don't want
real
to
small?
mislead you.
Yes.
But they
Yeah,
only
like
were
low
putting,
lying.
they were putting
Yeah,
in
I
one
don't know
property
who
right
it
next to
is.
where, right there in the front where that
They were
had
the
it.
ones that
And,
wanted the line.
and so the
they were
board
by
had
themselves,
previously
so
said,
it's-
we can't spend that
Yeah.
$50,000 for
Right.
one
They
subscriber.
had made a proposal for 3 homes.
Okay,
They were gonna have them bore over
And
themselves.
it was the young couple,
Adam Mohart and his wife.
right,
Yeah.
and then when the town did the cost on expanding or extending that water, it was
Wasn't
cost
worth
prohibitive, and we never had recouped the cost
Yeah.
of doing that, is why that was turned down.
so,
So with
the
24
difference
subscribers, that changes
24
the.
to the 3 makes a big difference in that.
Yeah.
What would that be, like, 100 foot?
Would you,
It's 8 times the,
you'd be on it too,
return on
right?
investment?
So,
So,
you'd be on it too, right?
On what?
The water line.
Oh, heck no.
And
I'm on a
then
well.
we just paid all that money to put in a well.
I bought the place with a well. I'm
Also,
gonna keep that well.
at that time, it probably still offered, the Conservation Club was interested in having water run through.
Oh, I didn't realize that they didn't have water.
No,
Well, they have a well.
Conservation,
They
the
have a
doesn't.
They have a well?
Yeah, the sewer but no water.
Correct.
Well, they have a well. That's their water.
Correct, yeah. But you said they had interest in connecting
Oh,
to
it
water.
was, well, the
We
same
lost
time-
many years ago.
Well, when the other people were.
After 2, yeah, they would love to, because then they can expand and do it again.
Mhm.
Yeah,
If you're coming that far, I mean.
That entire area is all
Right
listed
now,
as
the lot.
residential.
Right.
What do we contact for the sewer side?
We can get you that contact information.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Ruben, I think I have your contact
Yeah.
information as well as Scott.
I don't know who to
Lauren
send in. You're gonna
Johnson's
do that?
still president. I think Lauren Johnson's still president.
Do you have his number?
I thought Lauren's, yeah. And
I got Lynn's
Jim
number.
Price's.
Lynn got appointed there.
Okay.
Lynn just got appointed.
They're having a
Yeah.
meeting tomorrow night.
Oh, is it tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, Central Community.
There we go.
What time's that meeting again? 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so
You're
if you wanna
busy.
stop down there,
That property
Am I busy
that
tomorrow?
you're doing,
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
butting up against
What am I
the,
doing tomorrow?
The entire company Christmas.
manufactured home with the blacktop drive.
Yes.
What happened?
I was just asking how far down, because it's butting up next to my grandparents' house.
Oh, yeah. You'd be the other neighbor, then, or she'd.
Yeah, if I buy it.
all right, is there anything else you guys have?
I would say that putting in 24 residents there, just in line with what you're talking about, running water, we should probably be running sidewalk down that direction as well.
What's your timeline on all of that for us to know when we could say, okay, this is something we've got to pull the trigger on and start?
The first thing we'd have to do is get A and Z to give
I
us
will-
the dollar. I
We'll,
mean,
we'll get a quote for how much it costs to run that water line down that way.
Yep.
Since we're already running down that way, we'll probably contact people that are just further than that as well, see if they'd be interested.
I mean, there's 2 more houses.
Yeah.
Much further. I'm fine with it.
Luann and, yeah.
Let me schedule a meeting with our engineer and just find out, because I don't know what goes into that.
Mhm.
And then I could probably give you a better timeline.
Okay, that would be great, because
I don't wanna like
we're okay to pull the
be,
trigger on it and we're ready to go, like, when the weather is good.
Yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
We should have firm answers for you before then.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what
Assuming the weather doesn't get good like next week.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be good next week, but I don't think they're building next
I
week.
mean, we're talking April, May.
Oh, okay.
Great
Perfect.
project.
That works out great,
How
yeah.
many homes were you talking?
Yeah.
24, what, 11?
It would be 11 ranch-style duplexes, so it'd be 22 residents at that point.
Okay. Or you said they're gonna be duplexes?
That's what we're looking at right now. We've been working with the villagers to see what's going to be best in that. To get them sold, to get people in there as well.
I know for that lot size, we, with the current planning or zoning that we're anticipating, we're specifically allowing duplexes, so that's.
And I've got blueprints and
Well, this is
all that
something
stuff
you're
all over.
responsible
Yeah.
for.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
that-
the board would do that, yeah.
The zoning board, you're gonna have to.
We just have to decide if we are willing to run water and if it's
Right.
cost effective, and then the other board would be
Yeah, the other,
yay or nay that.
yeah, the new board would be the ones that would approve the subdivision.
If you want, Angela, you can make copies of these.
I'd
just
love
so-
to.
Just so you guys can have it. The elevation design of what we're looking at and what final done is.
Oh, super cute.
And the footprint will change just slightly on that back portion, but you gotta put mechanical rooms in that.
Okay.
You have anything else?
I did, Randy.
Yeah.
Not prepared or anything, but it just came up in our
Just by
discussion.
listening?
Couple questions. If I could ask, why the 60-day extension?
Oh.
on the comprehensive plan?
The 60-day extension was because we got.
This has to be done.
Yeah, this
before
has to be
we're
done.
able to-
That
Because of that.
Yes.
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 It took us a while to get this out the door.
Okay.
We ran into various issues. A lot of it, I'm not blaming the county, but they had been hacked, and a lot of our things that we were depending on them for interactions got severely delayed.
Good. The other question is, so maybe the people here can also get a handle on the committee. The commissioners will pick 2 of them.
Yes, county
Now,
commissioners.
What if it's overwhelming that you get 14 people from town that want to be on the committee? Who picks the 7?
I believe it's the town board. The 3 board members pick all 7,
Okay.
or all 7.
Would you be excluded since that exceeds the 7? Or could you be put on and override one of the 14 that went on?
Well, there's gotta be 3 people
Yeah,
that are
3 people that
part of
are
the town. Either
employed
work for
with,
the town or.
appointed by, or elected to the town board. or the town.
Okay.
Three of them
I
are
guess my
required to
concern
do
is that, I think it's no big secret that I think 5 people here tonight will probably be on the board.
Yep.
Because there's no
There's
no
a small
attendance-
population.
There's no attendance from the town, in these meetings. I'm not saying that in an insulting way. You work very hard. And I think there's times you'd like to see the town here
Oh,
to
I'd
see
love to.
what you're doing every two weeks. So
I'd love to.
I consider it a vote of confidence if they're not here, you know,
well, you know,
scrutinizing everything.
I think that, I guess what I'm trying to stress is the importance of
this.
so the biggest hurdle for you right now is to get a committee together
Participation.
of what happens if these 9 people, 2 of them are biased? Can you get them off? Or are they stuck for the 2 years?
That is a great question. I don't have the answer to.
You need to find that one out because,
You can't, you
You can't unappoint
take
people?
somebody off of the board.
I think the only reason
there-
that somebody can be removed from a board is that they're doing something illegal.
Well,
Based on.
there is a way with the what's
Is there a time restraint on it? I mean, are they, it's a 2-year?
that's what we specify, and that's what will go in the bylaws.
When they're appointed for a period of time, I don't know if it's 2 years or 1 year.
Okay.
So-
Well, I know it's just like a school board. Some of them are appointed 3 years, some are 2, some are 1.
So-
And it always,
So it's Robert's Rules of Order specifically, that's what this board specifically adopts as part of its bylaws. Robert's Rules of Order allow for essentially removing somebody from the board for various reasons, and that's voted on by that board. And so if they're adopting Robert's Rules of Order, they're inherently adopting that possibility.
Yeah, this is an advisory board,
Yes.
so they're obligated to follow the town
Ordinances.
ordinances for developments. So therefore, if a petition comes and meets all the requirements of an ordinance, then they are obligated to vote.
Yep.
If the sidewalks are of the correct width, if the driveways are the correct width, if they have the proper utility connections, you have to vote for it.
Yeah, and it's
Because
not otherwise detrimental.
It's not a body
Right.
that
Exactly.
is there
Right.
to.
They're not pontificating, no.
Right, now, on zoning, rezoning, that's a little different, there's some standards there, that, you know, there's probably a little more discretion on rezoning, but on a development plan or a permit or anything of that nature, it's just a matter really of checking the boxes. And this is not a board that's to be deciding, we like this person or we like that person, it's follow the ordinances. And it's advisory. It's advisory, meaning they're to look at and make sure that these plans are in compliance. That's what it is. It's not a body to pick winners and losers.
well, and that's very good points there. And I'd like to add to that, my biggest concern is this committee is not a continuance of add-on people with a veteran assembly that knows the ins and outs. You're all gonna be thrown in the pool and learn how to swim at the same time.
yeah, that's what
And
that's,
that is a big concern that I have, that, you have a big decision to make. I think that you haven't met your hardest decision yet. All this being done is kind of, the easy
I was
part.
gonna say, guidelines.
And,
Yeah.
to find the 9 people willing to do it year after year
Right.
and not have people that say, well, I want to be on that board. They're going to be disappointed that, like he said, as long as they follow the rules, you got to vote for it.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people understand that say, I just want to put me on that board because I want to make, you're not going to be able to make those decisions that they think they're going to be making. It's kind of like being on a school board. I mean, to my knowledge, a school board doesn't have as much power as what I would like for them to have.
No.
I would love for the school board to have more power, but they're limited in things that they can do. I'm just using an example, sorry.
No, but it's
if
true,
you-
the policy
You
doesn't.
you have to go home
There's
sometimes,
state
or
board.
man, if I can just do something about that,
But it
you're
is,
limited.
it is true,
You're limited, and I don't think these people, some of these that want to be on, Randy,
Are gonna realize it.
that, not you, I mean, the little people, guys, they think that this is gonna be a slam dunk, and I'm gonna be able to, make some decisions, and no, it's not that way.
So for the 7 people that the town board controls, we've had other people in the past that, when we had to backfill positions for the town board, we had people come in that were clearly in it for a power trip, and we were not interested in that. And we like to say that we do a good job discerning that activity and looking for people that are really interested in the growth and the actual well-being of the community. And I think that's what we're going to need to do, is find the right people
Yeah.
for that.
That's what, I mean, you know, I don't know how everybody else feels, but I feel that, you know, things are, once this all gets going, we're gonna be surprised. Some people are gonna be surprised, some people were gonna say, I knew it would just be just fine. I think that it'll just flow.
You'll probably have a few people that'll get on it and be off of it. for
Yeah,
a month or
and
two.
I just don't want a bullseye on southeastern DeKalb County. Like, what are they doing down there? I mean, this committee is, I mean, unfortunately, we can't call it an all-star crew because there's no experience in it.
Yeah, so one thing that we do have, and we've been talking about for a while, is going through a training process for the people that get appointed to that board in parliamentary procedures, which is what we do every time we're up here. Same thing that the county boards do, so that they follow the procedures appropriately, and Robert's Rules of Order as well, which follow the parliamentary procedures. So at least they would be understanding of the process itself. And there is training that I know.
There's a plan commission, board
Yeah.
of zoning appeal training.
Yeah.
There's somebody that, that has been used by the counties and the municipalities. Can't remember, I think her first name, she goes by KK something, but she comes in and does on-site training on what it means to be on a plan commission and what the standards are. And then also, the same thing is true for, because you're gonna have a board of zoning appeals also, correct? So you're gonna have 2 bodies, you're not just gonna have a plan commission, which obviously everybody's kind of focused on that, but you're also gonna have a board of zoning appeals, which would, you know, deal with variance issues, you know, setbacks, if somebody wants to build onto their house. So yeah, there is somebody that does training for that, will come on site and does a nice job with that type of thing.
And Ted, this day and age, when he gave me the Robert Rules book, I'm not a great learner in the book, but you can go online to professionals and listen to them, and they give you what it means instead of trying to figure out what it means. So, I mean, there's ways of learning it, and I'm sure they have a thing for
You know,
zoning.
we've been trying to do that ourselves, try to be more professional by looking
Learning
through
more.
training material around Robert's Rules of Order and other
Good.
things. We've
That's
made
my
an
biggest
effort of that.
concern,
Yes.
is that, we don't drop the ball. Because, you know, obviously there's been a lot of man hours in this and a lot of people concerned. And,
Yes.
you know, I mean, it is what it is. And it's gonna go through.
Guess what I'm hoping, with all the work that they put into that, I'm hoping within a year, the whole zone, people that are in the zoning are happy with that.
Is there anything to stop it?
But no, this, the state
I mean, does the
legislators,
commissioners have a last say or
they
anything?
they have no say in it, from my understanding, because it's an Indiana state code, 36-7-4-200, or 205, subsection B, specifically tells us, as an Indiana code, that this is the authority. And when this was brought up to their attention in April of this year, they tried to identify how they somehow missed it. And what they identified is that the subcontractor, the consultant that they hired to go through and look at all of their different
Zoning areas.
yeah, all their zoned areas and all of their comprehensive plans somehow missed St. Joe's. And so they have been processing paperwork on our behalf for this time frame. And we've already went through all of the stuff that they've done on our behalf. And identified whether or not that falls in line with what we intend on accepting as our day one effort, which ideally would be, early next month. And so I don't believe that the legal authority for this doesn't fall within the legal authority of the county commissioner. So I don't know that they can specify that they can stop it because it's not their authority.
If it was something new that was happening just
Yeah.
now, that may be different, but because the board in 2018 recorded our comprehensive plan because they required us to do so, that's what gave that authority. I think that if it was something like we were
Yep.
doing new now, that may be a different case.
If it had been recorded after July 1st of 2019, then that subsection there would have specifically said follow subsection C, which subsection C says you need an interlocal agreement, which is what was also talked about in order to approve that ETJ, which is an interlocal agreement with the county commissioners for the zoning board.
And they'd have to,
And so that's a different approval authority.
Well, then one question on this. If Auburn would get aggressive
And try to come out
and
here.
keep reaching out farther and farther, and what you're saying,
They can't,
as long as they apply, the county can't stop it.
the
As in-
county can't stop it, but if we have like the ETJ that we have in place with the county commissioners, Auburn can never come into that
No,
because,
no,
but
that's not my
is that what
point.
you mean?
My point is, you were able to do, the board before you were able to do what you did, just were comprehensive plan, right?
Yes.
The county can't do anything about it. What you're really saying is, and I know you think, well, Ted, that's 100 years out, but eventually,
We're gonna
the
touch Auburn.
county would be absorbed by the towns.
Yes.
The county would have no control at all. Is that true?
That's what's happening in
I mean,
Allen
Fort Wayne,
County.
you think about it,
That's,
Fort Wayne,
that's
I mean,
what, that's
no,
fully
I mean,
happened in
if it's
Marion
that-
County.
If it's that simple,
Yeah, I mean, in successful
Why would they
counties, that's
not-
happened.
why would they not put in a loophole that the commissioner can say, we don't want to lose that control?
This is state legislator stuff. I do not
I
have the
understand
insight.
that.
And maybe, I'm not saying, obviously, I have not read all of the state legislation. But I'm not saying that there's not something that prevents that, but the bylaws that we've read through and in accordance with
You just
it,
need to apply.
all they just need to apply and have that agreement in place.
That's just like what he was saying, if we want to go 2 miles out,
Yeah.
If we want to extend
Yeah.
our ETJ, then we wouldn't fall under our previous existing future land use map, which only covers that specific area. So that area is our ETJ. If we want to go beyond that area, we need to go through the newer process, which is
What Butler's doing right now.
what Butler's doing right
See,
now.
and that's what I mean, they're already doing it, and so, this is never ending.
but it matters what type of town you want to be. So let's say we don't want to grow too much, but we want a little more control that something doesn't grow into us.
Yeah.
So we still keep
yeah.
some county around us.
I hope you're not misunderstanding what my point is that it could get so out of control that you don't want to, but you're gonna have to reach out to stop it. I mean, it doesn't make sense because that's not your entire goal, is to absorb everything from Concord Township. I hope not.
No,
But you may be forced to do that based on,
Just
there's
to
no
protect-
limitations to stop the other towns
Yeah.
from doing it.
that's what
I
it
mean,
does.
what we-
Having that ETJ with the town of St. Joe, what that does is keeps this way Butler, that way Auburn, and that way Fort Wayne from being able to
Yeah.
cross over
Well,
that
Leo-
imaginary boundary.
Leo's the
I'm
next
shocked
closest.
that there's not devices that can put in play that the county can say, no, this is getting ridiculous. Waterloo, Auburn, stop it. This is ridiculous. You're reaching out too far and making a small town absorb more than they really can handle.
They do need to approve the comprehensive plan.
Yeah, they can say yes.
Because your Concord is,
Yeah.
actually,
In any annexation procedure in which Auburn or whoever would be expanding their actual corporate city limits, I believe there is county input to the actual annexation because they're taking over control of what was previously county land.
But that would be an annexation, not the ETJ.
That's not the ETJ.
Yeah.
I would assume that Eric would have a whole lot more insight into this than I would, since we're not in that
Annexation
business.
is totally
controlled by, first and foremost, the petitioners who want to be annexed in most cases. Meaning, when Home Depot came to the west side of Auburn, they wanted electricity, water, sewer. City of Auburn was very willing to give that to them. And it was in the ETJ, meaning they had zoning jurisdiction over it already. The issue with the annexation was the city was, oh, of course we would extend our utilities to you if you annex.
Yep, that's a remonstrance agreement.
Because they want the tax revenue also. And you can't do a development like that without utilities. Can't happen.
So in
And
other
so that's
words,
really what
before we
drives
lose going forward,
annexation. In most
you tell them
cases,
they don't can work.
in most cases.
No, I mean, it's a remonstrance agreement
Yeah.
that would
There
go to that.
are occasions
Yeah, I know
where
what he's saying, though.
less and less, where annexation takes place, where it's, how you guys view it as a land grab, where they're trying to, in Fort Wayne, we saw a lot of that happen, where there's already development, housing additions, and
So
the
they
city of
annexed
Fort
it.
Wayne annexed into Allen County. And again, that type of annexation is controlled by, again, remonstration. Meaning, is there enough remonstrators who want to vote it down or send it to a ballot or something of that nature? So, again, ETJ is there because of the concept that we want to have places that can provide services, sewer, water, sidewalks, be able to have zoning jurisdiction over those areas that are most likely to be developed, rather than having the county do it. The reason the state has put this in place is because they want to promote things like the extension of sanitary sewers for obvious reasons, for health reasons. And so that's really, Ted, what drives this, is the idea that if there's going to be expansion, they want the people who have the services available to be involved in it. And you're right, I guess ultimately, could you have an entire county that is
A single city?
a single city? Well, sure. How about Jacksonville, Florida? How about Indianapolis?
Marion
How
County, yeah.
about, there's other places like that, that are like that. And sure, that can happen. And why does it happen? It happens because of, it's the services, the utilities and the services that are provided, and who is the most relevant party to have, control over that, and to be able to determine how those things should go into place. That's really what it is. But, sure, yeah, I mean, it's not gonna happen in our lifetime. You're not gonna see that happen. I mean, geez, it'd be a miracle if a gas station came in here. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll happen soon, but I mean, that would be amazing. Or a strip mall, or whatever came in. And I mean, if it did, it'd be awesome. It sounds like we got maybe a housing development. I mean, that would be awesome.
That's our strip mall next.
What's that?
So we might do a strip mall next.
Oh,
Hey,
well,
I mean, let me tell you, it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing if it happened, and that's, if it does, then St. Joe ought to have the opportunity to have, planning and zoning over that. They ought to have the opportunity to decide to make those decisions, because they're gonna provide the services for you.
Thank you.
Yes, that's really what it is. It's not about going and taking somebody's farm or their, and saying, well, we're gonna come in on a power thing, and we're gonna change your zoning, we're gonna zone you out of it being able to raise chickens, we're gonna do, that's not what it is. It's not what it is. It shouldn't be, it isn't. You don't see that happening with other ETJs. It's about the future. It's about the future of controlling zoning. When the chicken farmer decides they want to sell the property to a housing development, and now there has to be a rezoning, and there has to be a development, and there have to be streets that go in, and a sewer, and water lines, and all those kind of things. That's what it's about.
I think, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well articulated.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Then you have anything?
No, I was just curious, as when you guys talk about which grant you guys are talking about.
Grant?
Community crossing grant
Oh, yeah,
From the,
for the street.
for the
third
street.
Third street.
Talking about
So we
sidewalks.
applied to the community crossing grant for the road and street repair on Third Street.
the Oakwood grant.
No, completely separate.
Community crossings,
So this is only, roads and streets.
Right.
And,
sidewalks.
well, it includes anything under the sidewalks or attached to the sidewalks, but it has to be road-based. And we were doing we have plans for the completely reconstructing Third Street to the
Sure.
cemetery and widening it. And we applied for that grant, but we did not win that grant, but they do that grant twice a year. This is the first time we haven't won it.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
But,
we've been doing
so
a
we're
lot.
gonna reapply to that grant. I believe the next bid is February, but I could be wrong. But, so we'll just reapply in spring.
Is that pool different than what the county applies for on the community crossings?
So there are more than one community crossing grants, but this is the community crossing, road grant. So if they're applying to get road work done, no, it's the same.
Yeah.
If they're applying for
There's
road
lots
and
of
street
winners in each
repair,
pool. I believe that we had our,
Main Street had one.
we just received a award.
from the community, for the wetland project, or what do you?
No, the,
The Oakwood grant?
the first water project grant.
Okay, the Oakwood grant.
Right.
Yeah.
That grant, the county, I believe, had an award in that same time frame as well, from the
Yeah,
same
from the
folks.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
theirs was for fixing a facade on one of their old buildings.
Mhm.
So
So it's
Oakwood
a
has
wide
more-
variety of things.
Yeah, Oakwood has more than one grant type. So
Yep.
they have a water, they have Oprah, like just pretty much do a whole lot of grants. And so it's just different types of grants through that program itself. So, we actually applied, the $750,000 that we won was specifically for water infrastructure. That's all that money can go to. But they do have ones for buildings and things. That was what the community, or the county applied for, then yes.
I was under the understanding that the community crossings have got to be cut way back,
It had,
like way back.
Yeah.
DeKalb was awarded $1 million, Allen County, but there was very few counties that got awarded it. So that's what I'm curious is, they've been very
We're still
open
gonna-
that they've cut
We're still
way
gonna try
back.
for it.
yeah,
Well, no, I'm not
Because
saying
that's-
not apply for it, I'm
Yeah.
saying what.
Because you're right, we
what are
were
the
getting
chances
them
now,
every
since they
time.
Cut that back of actually capturing that. I'm just curious.
I don't have
I
any
didn't know if
idea.
you've heard numbers or anything.
No, I haven't,
I mean, it's.
but
It probably has a lot to do with the revenue coming
funding pools.
in. No, I mean, revenue coming in specifically from taxing.
SB1.
Yes, SB1. SB1.
Yeah, SB1 is what's killing it, but they're readjusting the way they're doing them community crossing grants. And like I said, it's cut way back. So I'm just curious if that was just a pool for small towns or if that was.
What was our percentage?
No, it's the same pool.
Okay, same.
What was our percentage we were paying?
Our percentage for that project is 80-20.
Yeah.
For smaller projects, it was 75-25.
So we were still putting money into it, saying what we could afford, and that's what we were going after, what we could afford. So, which wouldn't be anywhere near what Auburn could afford or Butler could afford. But that's why we were doing one road at a time, just trying to get what we could.
Being responsible with what we got.
That's right. Don't overdo it. All right, yes.
I caught the end of it about something about somebody living in a camper down their lot.
Yes. The camper was long ways on the backside, and I saw somebody actually getting in it,
We were using it as a temporary office.
okay? And it's been moved to the side. Is it still a temporary office? I mean, is it,
The camper that was up front was a temporary office. It's moved around back. It's not being
Okay.
used. The camper that's right next to the building is our personal camper.
Okay.
It's not attached to anything, no electric,
not hooked
water,
up?
sewer, no.
okay, all right. That was the concern, is it was there and people were going in and out of it.
Yeah,
That was
it's
an
a
office at the
temporary
time.
office. Yeah.
Okay, so now there's no trailer hooked up or nothing.
No,
No,
Okay.
remember, we did a lot of electrical and a lot of water lines in the office. So that's why there was water and sewer tied to it, so we could actually use the bathroom and facilities
Until you got.
until we got everything
Yours
done. And
fixed.
everything's done and the camper's been moved.
Okay, all right. Thank you very
Well,
much.
then see, that resolves itself.
Yes.
Perfect.
The other thing I did want to talk to you about is the stop sign. Were you at the meeting we were talking about moving it to the, end of the road
Yes.
where you go forward?
Well, when that last meeting I was at was right, it was gonna stay on the right side, just not across the street.
No, if you look at, Whitney,
yeah,
it's at the end.
Right.
You look straight at it.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about doing to Harrison as it comes up. If you
Yeah, I
cross
wasn't
the
at
street.
that meeting, I was at the one prior to that where we talked about it needed moved up at least 10 feet where it's at now.
Right. Well, we've talked about it, and we were talking about bringing it to the other side, just like Whitney Street, so it's across the way. The other thing is, somebody had said it had gotten hit and needed fixed.
That was the sign over here
They-
at our lot.
at our lot, that one has been hit, the state's already taken care of that.
Okay.
And we've got to call on the state to completely get rid of that stop sign. Because it's not needed. It's on a private drive.
Oh, is it the one that drives into your place?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know there was even a stop sign there.
Yeah, there was one
On the
there
corner?
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. they
Oh,
got
I had no
stop signs,
clue.
yeah. And we,
I was like, into your drive at your house?
yeah,
Okay.
when they replaced it, I said, take it down, I'm just gonna mow it over again. And I told them that when the engineer put it in there, I said, I'm gonna mow that sign over every time I gotta pull one.
Why would they put one there? I'm just asking.
That's what the engineer did.
Okay.
So we've actually got to call into the state to actually get rid of that sign.
Okay. All right.
So,
If they want to give it to the town, that's fine.
but yeah, that's,
We'll take another stop sign. To put
there's a
somewhere.
street sign sitting down there if you want it.
Down where? Oh, at your
Right
place?
next to that stop sign. Because the state said that sign shouldn't even been on stop sign.
We can't take it in.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, if they get rid of it.
I'll bring it to you and donate it.
No. I know you, that was not said at this meeting.
It was
Anyway,
not agreed to.
yeah, it was definitely not agreed. All right, well, thank you guys very much for clearing that up. And, hopefully in the spring, we'll be able to get the stop sign put where it needs to be, so we can straighten that all up. All right?
All right.
Do you have anything more?
When were you want me to,
I don't
the
know.
wire that plugs,
Okay.
what you said you had for
The box that you said you would donate for
I
the
definitely have
220?
boxes. Give me a second. I will look at my calendar. And it could be as early as tomorrow.
That'd be good,
Yeah, the number, just keep bugging me until it shows up. in-
because we're supposed to get ice in 2 days.
You know, we're supposed to be 40.
2 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's supposed to be 40.
But I heard the same thing.
Friday.
Friday morning,
Is it-
it's supposed to be nothing.
Supposed to rain, be 50, and then it's supposed to
Right.
dry.
Yeah, it's supposed to drop down.
Indiana.
It's bad.
I did want to mention with this, I love the building, love the floor plan, that's awesome. They're gonna want the layout of the actual property, as part of the
And
approval
like
process.
setbacks from it.
Setbacks, engineering drawing, all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's,
We were just wanting to give you guys a.
No, it's beautiful, I like it.
We have.
It's a nice start.
I'm looking forward to looking at that every morning when I pull out of my driveway.
Yeah, there you go.
Depends
All
on the
right.
street, so. Okay, so, I'm good, I don't need to send this.
That's it.
Good, happy.
I'm happy to. I make a motion, we adjourn this meeting.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
8:16, let me turn off the recording.
Hey,